Willful Disobedience by Wolfie Landstreicher, Volume 2, The Question of Organization. In developing an insurrectional anarchist projectuality, one is inevitably faced with the question of organization. Such a projectuality is developed through specific projects of action, and it is necessary to figure out how one will go about accomplishing these. Recognizing the necessity of individual agency in creating revolution, and further, taking the revolution as one's own realization, as necessary to the development of the freedom to create one's life as one desires. An individual developing such a projectuality will find a spontaneous perspective that merely waits for history to bring the uprising of the masses, and denies the efficacy of conscious action aimed at the creation of revolution unless those organizations that seek members, unions, parties, federations, and the like, and that equate the revolution with the power of their organization, subsuming the individual into the group, are equally useless to those who struggle for themselves, their ideas and desires. Rather, as one develops this projectuality through various projects of action, the question of organization is precisely the question of how one develops the tools and relationships one needs and applies anarchist methodologies in a way that allows one to accomplish the desired action. Organization, in this sense, is not a thing, but a process that can accurately be thought of as the relationship between my project and myself. An essential component in the development of this projectuality is the acquisition of knowledge, certainly, of the tools one learns to use and the methods one learns to apply, but more significantly, of oneself, of others, and of the surrounding reality. From this relationships of affinity can develop. Affinity being precisely that mutual knowledge between individuals that makes it possible for them to act together. It creates relations in which delegation has no place, relations of mutual enhancement, relations that may easily develop an intensity and passion that goes beyond the project in which they originate. From such relationships, affinity groups can form for the specific task of realizing a particular action. The group will be gathered together of just those elements necessary for accomplishing the task, and will consume itself in the realization of the action. Thus, the problem of the organization that subsumes the individual does not develop. There are many other questions to be explored, discussed, and acted upon. Questions of the projectual relationship of anarchists to riot situations, to mass uprisings, and other situations of large-scale revolt. We are certainly not evangelicists or marketers of ideological commodities, so we cannot act the same way in such situations as the various political groups seeking cadres. Those of us who are seeking to create an insurrectional anarchist projectuality, because the present world is too small for our desires and dreams. Those of us who recognize the destruction of the present reality is necessary to our self-realization need to deal with these questions seriously, because for our revolution is not a cause outside ourselves. It is our life, our fierce desires to embrace the fullness of existence that has been denied to us.